Welcome to a guide to all things enterprise and entrepreneurship from Funding Master.
Hi, and welcome to Funding Master. In this video we want to talk about all things enterprise and entrepreneurship. Members of our team have written and been involved in successful entrepreneurship projects in the past. We have enterprise clients. We regularly talk about enterprise with successful new innovation projects, which business model and structure is best to commercialize the new innovation. Thus, enterprise and entrepreneurship is something we deal with often. So, in this video we want to explain in simple terms all things enterprise and entrepreneurship.
Let's start with the basics. An entrepreneur is someone who establishes and drives an enterprise. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, there are three schools of thought on how to define an entrepreneur. Some argue that entrepreneurs are born with specific traits, like risk-taking. But the supporting evidence on this is mixed. Some argue that it is entrepreneur activities, such as being self-driven, that defines an entrepreneur. But these activities are done by successful people in all fields. The third school relates to opportunities. Here, it is argued, it is how an entrepreneur identifies an opportunity, assesses its viability and then positively exploits that sets them apart. Generally, we adopt the opportunity approach to defining entrepreneurs.
So, entrepreneurs can see opportunities differently to non-entrepreneurs. They see opportunities when others don't, and they assess if the opportunity will work. And then, if they believe it to be viable, they get on with it. Now, in reality, entrepreneurs only engage in a small number of opportunities. Mainly because they assess carefully, do due diligence, business planning and use their experiences as a guide. Not all things shiny are gold after all. Next, an enterprise is simple to explain. It is the organization that the entrepreneur uses to bring their opportunity to the marketplace. It is a mixture of legal, human, financial and other resources. It is the company. So we have defined an enterprise and an entrepreneur. Next, what is entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship is the process of identifying, assessing and positively exploiting business opportunities. Thus, anybody engaging in this process is involved in entrepreneurship. Simple really. But, as it is a process, different people can be at different points in the process at any one time. That is why, we have so many types of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs. Someone who is interested in starting a business but is not actively doing so is called a nascent entrepreneur. Statistically, only about 10% of the adult population have the interest, or propensity, to start a business. The other 90% are either risk-adverse, not self-driven, or unable to handle the amount of ambiguity involved in running a business.
So, these nascent entrepreneurs are really important, as they are the pool of talent from which our future entrepreneurs will come from.
Someone involved in actively setting up or running a business is an active entrepreneur.
There are three other types we want to quickly discuss.
A serial entrepreneur is someone who sets up a number of ventures. Once they successfully get one business up and running, they put in a management team, or sell the venture and then move on to starting their next venture. They set up businesses in series. Another type of entrepreneurship is portfolio entrepreneurship. Here the entrepreneur is involved in a group of companies at the same time. Usually, each venture has its own management team and the entrepreneur takes a strategic leadership role. They also tend to be investors in new businesses. The last type is social entrepreneurship. Here, the process is identifying social demands, assessing their viability, bringing together others with resources and creating a social business that meets a social need. We have a separate video on social enterprises and social innovation where you can find out more on these topics. So, we will not dig deeper here. Enough to say that entrepreneurship being a process has many applications both for profit and non-profit. Now you understand what everything is and how they connect together. We now want to address some general issues relating to entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs are moderate risk takers, not gamblers. The due diligence, business planning and practical experience makes them good judges of business ideas. And their weaknesses. Entrepreneurs are good with dealing with ambiguity. Most people need to know that there is a paycheck coming at the end of the week or month. Entrepreneurs operate without that safety net and assume cash flows going forward. This is a critical ability for an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are not lone wolves. They are really good at building strong and successful teams to run their businesses. No one person can scale up a business on their own. Entrepreneurs regularly seek help. They use consultants and advisors, build management teams, work with boards of directors. The lone wolf myth is completely wrong. Entrepreneurs are pragmatists. They will use whatever legal structure, financing and other resources they can access to implement their business plan. This flexibility is important as one business will develop differently to another. Culture is important. Different cultures put different levels of importance on attributes like independence, risk-taking, acceptance of failure and even making money. Entrepreneurship is embedded in its local culture, and this explains why there is such variance in entrepreneurship levels, business startups and cultural acceptance across the globe. If you want to improve your levels of entrepreneurship, then changing the culture is an important factor in attaining this. This is easier said than done, but there are examples of societal change resulting in greater acceptance of entrepreneurship.
We hope you found this guide for all things enterprise and entrepreneurship useful. Please feel free to share this video. Funding Master works with clients to develop, write and submit funding applications. You can find out more about us at our website www.fundingmaster.eu. You can follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. Please contact us if you have any questions relating to our work or this video. Thank you for taking the time to view this video.